Welcome, guys! So today's picks include hybrid chases that continue on foot after cars won't do,
Someone's down.
a perp who shamelessly attempts to evade the police twice on the same day, an 18-year-old who engages in a shootout with the cops, and much more. So stick around, folks. Austin, Texas. Saturday, May 31st, 2025. At around 11 p.m. nighttime, Austin Police Department officers attempted to stop a reported stolen vehicle. And by the time we tuned in, this police chase was already in full gear. The first observation to be had is that it's a dash cam footage, and the car being chased is up ahead.
Going on research, service road southbound, coming up on North Lamar. Vehicle, I think vehicle has...
It may seem small in the frame, but it is apparently the only car on the road ahead. You should be able to make it out eventually. At this point, the police have been gracious enough to give us a second POV. While the responding cop chases from behind, another set of cops arrive from the front. This guy is definitely toast now. And as expected, he ends up in a crash trying to avoid oncoming traffic. Whoa, we didn't see that coming. Desperado is certainly armed. The suspect, later identified as 18-year-old Devin Guevara, opens fire on the officers. 4 officers return fire, striking Guevara in the clavicle. Fortunately, no officers were harmed, and Devin's death wish almost came true just then. Guevara's car is totaled, and it seems he has run out of bullets. He might very well surrender now. As the police shout their commands, everyone, including us, can feel the tension in the air. Will Devin attempt a suicidal move? But he agrees to climb out his driver's side window, hands-free, as the police have directed. He eventually gets arrested. But seriously, this clip got our hearts racing with the exchange of gunfire, and that could easily have ended badly. After being treated for his injuries, Guevara was booked into the Travis County Jail on Sunday, June 1st, 2025. His charges include as much as 3 first-degree felonies and 1 third-degree felony, which is enough to land him in state prison. West Allis, Wisconsin, April 15th, 2025. How often do you get a cop car chase that starts at a gas station? But really, who's counting? Still, this responding police must have had a hunch. And so, with the help of a flock camera, a 2013 Hyundai Elantra, which was reported stolen, was identified sitting at the Clark Greenfield Avenue gas station. The driver was later identified as 29-year-old Charles Gregory.
94. We're getting on 94 right now. We're going to try pit, see what happens.
10-4.
Gregory had a hunch, too. Once he saw the cop in his rearview mirror, he must have realized they were onto him, and he definitely deserves an award for nailing all his hard turns and maneuvers. We counted at least 4 of those risky moves just now. It turns out, Gregory ultimately managed to lead officers on a 7-mile high-speed chase. Okay, Gregory certainly deserves to be in the Fast and Furious movie cast. The chase also included dangerous wrong-way driving and a final petit maneuver outside a small business establishment. Even when Greg lost control, he kept going, and we figured the parking lot move was pure gold before it even began. Who would have thought you can evade the cops if you got off the road and sped through a parking lot? But sadly, he eventually gets pinned. It's a foot chase now as Gregory exits his car and takes to his heels. But he doesn't get very far. The cops deploy their tasers, and it's the end of the road, literally, for this guy. Or is it? Officers also find drugs and a digital scale in his possession. By the way, this scene is supposed to be a hospital named Aurora West Allis Medical Center, and Gregory, while still cuffed and claiming ankle pain, had requested a wheelchair and an ankle wrap. At least, the cops tried to be nice, but Gregory had something else on his mind. And once outside, he ditched the wheelchair and opted for his quick feet. Isn't he a piece of work? You can't help but root for the arresting cop, too. He has run his heart out at this point, and it would take another 3 hours for officers to discover Gregory hiding inside a parked garage car with a broken door. And funny enough, he was still in handcuffs. By the way, kudos to the dogs for being the MVPs. And as at the last time we checked, Gregory is facing 7 criminal charges and a potential 72-year sentence, plus $100,000 in fines. Los Angeles, June 1st, 2025. With this clip, it's a classic news helicopter POV, and you have to give it to this car thief weaving in and out of traffic at a breathtaking speed in the middle of a Friday afternoon.
So as we watch this here, again, we're watching a stolen car pursuit in the middle of the afternoon on a beautiful sunny Friday. If you're those cars there and you see somebody whipping by you at a fast rate of speed, blowing through a stop sign, you're obviously now putting others there at risk, and that's where it becomes more dangerous. All right, the speeds picking up here, more than 40 miles an hour for a second there.
Like in the movies, what sort of daredevil would do this in broad daylight? And while knowing that the chances of getting away are worse than 50-50. Okay, there's more to it than meets the eye. After making that funny turn, we thought we were in for the version 2 of this hair-raising car chase. But no, a woman of all people exits the driver's side. And what do you know? There's someone in the passenger side as well. What are we really looking at here? Driving lessons with a stolen car? At this point, it seems both these criminals have surrendered voluntarily, and so they get arrested. But they have left us hanging. We expected more from the chase, but what can we do? Fairfield, Connecticut, Monday, 10th March. By the time we tuned in to this clip,
Hey, lights are on, lights are on, lights are on, lights are on, lights are on. He's taking off, he's taking off.
He's off.
Close the door, close the door, close the door.
the cops thought they had the perp pinned. It makes us wonder, how come the desperate ones always find a way? During the subsequent frame, you can't help but imagine he may actually have gotten away. He is nowhere in sight. Still, we're rooting for the cops as usual. We can trust those law enforcement guys to always have eagle-eyed vision on their side.
Head down to Roseville.
I see it, I see it, I got it, I got it.
Head toward back. Head toward back.
Did you catch how the officer swore that cop cars are effing slow? We beg to differ, though. If you've ever been chased by a cop car, not that our viewers are criminals, you'd agree that they somehow get the work done.
I got you, I got you.
Yes, I got him.
There's more risky driving as the perp switches lanes, crashes, and decides it's time to hightail it through some dry vegetation. But our Deers cops are not giving up. They were born for this. The audacity of the officer yelling, "Get on the ground," pales in comparison to the POV footage of tall, dry grass slapping us in the face as we follow the cop. But it's all in the line of duty, isn't it? The criminal is eventually arrested, and at the end of this eventful chase, 7 people were injured, including one severely. It turns out the driver, identified as a 23-year-old man, crashed into several vehicles during the pursuit. Hey, so that's it, guys. And please, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more of the same. See ya around.